What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Multiverse of Magic, a weekly series where Todd Anderson, aka Tandy, and myself battle head-to-head with decks of MTG's past. Today, we have an interesting one for you. So, Tandy came into my chat last night and told me he was going to play Faeries and said he told me I could pick a deck that I thought was one of the best decks of Standard Time. And I jokingly said, well, what if you let me play for Tinker? Assuming that he would say absolutely not, and he accepted the challenge. So today we are playing Bob Maher's list from, I believe it was Worlds 2000, all the way back, more than 20 years ago at this point. And yes, they did used to let you play 4 Tinkers in Standard. Now, a lot of these cards are old, so we're going to go over them one by one just to kind of describe and give you an idea of what this deck is trying to do. So first of all, you have your mana engine with Grim Monolith, Metalworker, and Thran Dynamo. These are all artifacts that tap for a bunch of mana. Specifically, Metalworker is your most broken card because if you can reveal any number of artifacts to make 2 mana for each one you revealed. So if you have 4 artifacts, you can tap it for 8 mana. And then you combine that mana engine with Voltaic Key. So Voltaic Key is 1 mana artifact, and you can untap artifacts for 1 mana, and you have to tap the key. So if you tap Metalworker for 8, you can then untap it with Key to make 8 more mana, make a boatload of mana. Now, what are we doing with that mana? So we have some 4-drop payoffs here in Phyrexian Processor, which is a card that you probably have never seen before unless you were playing back in the year 2000. It's a 4-mana artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you can pay any amount of life, and you can pay 4 and tap to make an XX, where X is the amount of life that you paid when you've cast it. So if you pay 10 life, you can start making 10/10s for 4 mana. We have Masticore, which was an absolute banger back in the day. 4/4 for 4. Sacrifice it unless you discard a card in your upkeep. You can pay 2 to deal 1 to any creature, and you could pay 2 to regenerate it. And then the other kind of payoff we have here is Tinker. So this is yes, 4 copies of Tinker. So for those of you who don't know what this is, it's 3 mana, sacrifice an artifact as an additional cost to cast it, and you can search for any artifact, put it onto the battlefield. That's it. End of story. You don't have to pay any additional mana. So the card that you're getting most of the time is Processor, where you would, tinker for Processor, pay 10 life, and now you have an active Processor. But you have some one-ofs over here that you can get. Phyrexian Colossus, which is an 8/8 that's kind of hard to block, but you have to pay 8 life to untap it. However, you can untap it with Voltaic Key, so that's kind of cool. Then we also have Crumbling Sanctuary, which is kind of an oddball, but it's a 5-mana artifact that says if damage would be dealt to a player, that player exiles that many cards from the top of their library instead. We're not going to be going for this one because Todd Anderson, Tandy, does have cryptic commands in his deck, so he does have ways to remove this. And then the other card that you're going to get most often with Tinker after Processor is Mishra's Helix, which if you have extra mana floating around, you can get Helix and just tap all of your opponent's lands in their upkeep, rendering them unable to cast spells. That's pretty good. And the last kind of cards that tie the room together is Stroke of Genius, which is just 3 and X. Target player draws X cards, so pretty good when you have a boatload of mana if you have Voltaic Key plus Metalworker. And then we also have Tangle Wire, which is more of a defensive measure, where we play Tangle Wire and, if our opponent only has 3 lands in play, they have to tap all their lands, and then we can go untap, tap, say, one of our lands, the Tangle Wire, on something else, and then that gives us 1 free turn to just slam, a Processor or a Tinker unimpeded. In the mana base, it's pretty straightforward. A bunch of islands. Crystal Vein, which is tap, add a colorless, or tap, sacrifice, add 2, more mana ramp. Saprazzan Skerry, same thing. ETB's tap with 2 counters. You can tap, remove a counter to make 2 blue mana, so just more fast mana. And then Rishadan Port, because they let you play 4 copies of that back in the day. Sideboard, not a lot is going to be coming in here because we're playing against Faeries specifically. We could bring in Annul for Bitter Blossom. I don't think I'm going to do that. Chill, obviously, not really relevant here. Miscalc, maybe if I want to fight over his counter spells. Rising Waters, I don't think we're going to bring this in. Maybe. It's not that great against Bitter Blossom. And then additional copy of Helix. That one probably will come in. But this should be a fun one. Let's see how we do. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello.
Ring, ring. How's it going?
What's up?
All right, well, I've done my little deck tech and stuff, but
You're
for the
loud,
sake of the YouTube video, do you want to tell us what deck you're on today and what you think about it?
Just going to turn you down a little bit.
You better.
That's
I'm
good.
loud as hell.
You're on one today. All right, we are, my side of things, I'm going to be playing Mono Blue Tinker. Yes, they did let you play 4 Tinkers back in the day, back in Standard nonetheless. I'm going to be tinkering up some Phyrexian Processors, maybe some cards that you've never seen before. Masticore is going to kill all of Todd's creatures, and I'm feeling pretty good about this week.
My man Doomwake thinks he's gonna resolve Masticore against Faeries, y'all. All right. Now I will say this: the list I'm playing was built for the time, right? And I have 4 copies of Terror as my removal spell of choice, and it has no targets.
How's that one looking for you?
It looks pretty bad. Luckily, I have Vendilion Click, so I can always put them on the bottom of the deck, right?
True.
All right, so we're going to be playing 7 total games today. We're going to be playing 3 pre-sideboard and then 4 post-sideboard. The post-sideboard game is where I essentially get to swap all my Thought Seizes in for those terrors, and I think that they're going to help tremendously, and I hope that it's enough to fight through those Masticores, fight through all those Phyrexian Processors. This Tinker deck's pretty scary, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think I have a ton in the sideboard. Similar thing, the sideboards were built for specific eras. I got a bunch of chills in my sideboard, not going to be boarding those in. I could bring in Annul for Bitter Blossom, probably won't. Just going to likely bring in maybe the Miscalculations and go from there. But yeah, I also, to be fair, don't really have a ton of bad cards. I guess Tangle Wire can be kind of awkward against Bitter Blossom tokens, but yeah, I'm just going to try and... I really have to get under Todd's counterspells in this week. Just resolve a bunch of fast mana early to make Rune Snag a dead card, and, try and just jam as much as possible.
All right, well, I'm ready to go. Challenge when ready, sir.
Let's do it.
Game number 1, Multiverse of Magic, Episode 3, starting now.
Trace
Doomwake wins
won
the
the die roll.
I feel like that's cheating. The
lucky.
newer deck should go first, right?
Should I choose the draw?
No.
I'm gonna keep this hand. It's pretty good. Scary.
I hope you just do some really messed up stuff to me. I don't even care win or lose. Like, I just like seeing the old cards again, you know? It's like greeting an old friend.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say my hand does kind of do some messed up stuff.
All right. Well, Grim Monolith plus Voltaic Key is always ridiculous. So there's
a
reason why
how about
I like
Grim Monolith
18
Tinker?
Man, I actually think I might have won this game on the play. I have a Rune Snag, but now it's just nothing, right?
I think we process. I could just get Masticore. Between
ahead,
Processor and Masticore, I'm thinking.
Maybe I shouldn't be afraid of Tinker as much because you're talking about your potential cards you're gonna go get, and all I can think of is that's it.
All right, we're gonna do 10. 10 might be a little aggressive, but I want to make it a 2-turn clock. 10, baby.
10 is so many.
Yeah. You ain't got much of a clock.
You to death with Bitter Blossom. You can't. It costs 4 mana to activate. You lose your Saprazzan Skerry if you do that, bro.
Yeah, it's fine.
All my creatures fly. Also, I don't know if you know what Phyrexian Processor does.
Oh, I know what it does. Look, 10 might have been a little too much. All right. It's possible that 10 might have been a little too much.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Alright, I am gonna get popped for 10 though, probably.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. I know you can't kill the... Well, you have Cryptic Command, but you have 2 Meta Vaults, so... I know you can't kill the tokens now. Bang. Right. Rishadan Port's pretty good against Meta Vault.
Better do it soon.
Okay. So if I upkeep, tap a Meta Vault...
What do you think's gonna happen? Why don't you tell me what you think is gonna happen if you target that Meta Vault?
Gonna activate in response?
Yeah, and then it'll have Shroud, and then you're targeting a creature with Shroud.
Yeah, you're right. All right, you can just chill. I'm good.
Now, if I go to activate it, you can tap it, right? That's kind of cool.
Well, you could activate again.
Yeah, but I couldn't activate both. Like if I go land, activate Meta Vault, I'm attacking for 9.
Oh, true. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I don't have kill here, I don't think.
Through the Rishadan Port, yeah. All right, you know what? I'm now realizing that 10 life might have been a little too much. I think I went a little too deep.
All right, let's go reveal the Bitter Blossom.
I also probably should have just gotten Masticore, to be honest.
Look,
I think that would have been a lot better.
We all make decisions in this life.
All right, note to self: Masticore a lot better for game 2. Now that I realize what my cards do.
I've maybe made a mistake. Maybe I made a mistake. I'm gonna play really conservatively and see if I can get you anyway.
Okay.
If I had said nothing, I think I would have won that turn easily. You would have just went to upkeep, tap Meta Vault, and then would have died.
No, well, I would have thought about it. I forgot about the Scion, but go to combat. Bang.
Must block. I must block. They
You
don't
could
trample.
you could choose not to
Thankfully.
block. Now, do I play anything or just make another processor token? So if I process, you're going to be able to chump block with Bitter Blossom, 3, 6, 7. I think I'm just going to pass.
All right, Ancestral Vision's coming off. Let's see if I can do something cool.
Go Island Hold Up Cryptic. That would be kind of awkward. God, Cryptic Command is really good against Processor. You just you just bounce it, have to pay life again. Oh boy. Alright, we're going to combat. Combat's fine. Take my 1.
Rishadan Port's kind of scary. It just makes me have to like really think about the permutations of what you can tap, what I can tap. Because now, like, you don't even have to process it. You can just like tap an island, and then my Cryptic's not up. But like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But then, like, if you hold it up, it gets kind of weird. Because now I have to decide. It's like, do I want to make a token? I mean, making a token is pretty bad into the obvious Cryptic. But like, what else am I doing? I can go tap. If I tap down with Port, you just chump block with Bitter Blossom. We're kind of in this weird holding pattern. If I let you Cryptic, you could just go tap. Also misbind click too. If I make a token, you misbind click. I guess then you have to block with the misbind. But then you have... No, you wouldn't quite have lethal. You'd only have 7 damage. Because you have to chump block with the Theory token. So, Processor token is better against misbind, worse against Cryptic. I
Survey says...
I can't imagine not using all my mana here. I know it's really bad against Cryptic, but...
a lot of things are bad against Cryptic. Alright, so I have Cryptic here. I can go, like, tap all your land... Or tap all your creatures, bounce Processor... I can also just go, like, activate Mutable.
Yeah, this is just the quintessential experience about playing against Faeries.
Bottlenecked into Cryptic King. I guess I should go tap all creatures your opponents control.
Dynamo plus Wire could have been a better choice.
So let's bounce something.
What are we bouncing? Probably Processor, right?
I guess so. I'm not, like, that afraid of it. Like, if you just spend another turn to make another 10-10, I think I'm, like, really fine with it. And if you let it go back to hand, like, that's fine, too. It's just not there for later.
So let's think about this. If I don't make a token, I can do both of these. If I resolve this... This is on upkeep, right? Upkeep, so you can... So go active, non-active. So this would resolve first.
My man just said the magic words, active, non-active. I haven't heard that in so long.
Okay, I think I'm going to let this go. Am I dead on board if I do that? So you would tap... I have Tangle Wire. So if you tap 1...
Is it permanent or is it creature land? Because I can tap Bitter Blossom, I think.
You can't tap Bitter Blossom to it. It's artifact, creature, or land.
Artifact, creature, land.
So you would tap... You have to tap 4, which means you go Scion, land, token, draw land, fire up 2 media vaults. That's only 6.
Okay. Oh, with the fairy, it's... Let's see. Yeah, I think I can.
Because you can't tap the Blossom token because of active, non-active. So let's go Dynamo into Tangle Wire, and this should buy me a turn. You can tap Mutavault and then play a blue source to hold up another Cryptic. That would be kind of awkward. Okay, so 2 Mutavaults.
Yeah, not being able to, like, peck you with the Mutavaults has really hurt me, but I think the Port's just, like, messing me up pretty bad.
Now we can go tap Wire, tap 2 islands. That's not terrible. So if I go to combat, you animate Mutavault. I'm definitely sending both. So you can animate Mutavault, chump. I guess I'm potentially dead to another spell stutter. I see. Okay.
I'm doing this before my Mutavault dies. I don't know if I should target him or me. I have this here Terror in hand that's dead, but like, and I guess finding Cryptic or something can solve it. But I'm kind of afraid of him playing another Tangle Wire here and like locking me out. So let's just take a look at his hand first.
Unsurprisingly, I do have a Tangle Wire.
Okay.
I couldn't cast it pre-combat. Well, I guess if I cast it pre-combat, you can go Spell Stutter and fire up Mutavault, so... That's a good one.
What's up? We got lethal.
That's a good one, Todd.
Oh no. Is it Masticore?
No, it's Tinker.
Tinker from Masticore. That's still bad.
So make mana. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7. I can go Tinker with I can go Tinker with 4 left over, and then I can just double Masticore. Sack the Monolith, get Masticore, kill the Scion.
I think I'm beating that one.
And kill the Click. All right, good luck.
Okay,
We figured it out. See, if I had just gotten the Masticore the first Tinker, then this probably would have been a different game. But Tinker's a hell of a card.
Yeah. All right, you win.
All right.
I couldn't have beat the other Tangle Wire either. I don't think.
No, that's true. Yeah, and I didn't want to cast it pre-combat because you had you could just go Spell Stutter and then block with Spell Stutter. All right. So note to self: Masticore is the nut. Get that one.
I'm on the play.
Ooh. Sand is like potentially good. I mean, I'm
really curious how the London Mulligan like super juices old decks like Tinker.
I know, right? What was the Mulligan rule? What was the Mulligan rule around this time? It's like it was just mull to 6, right? And you didn't even get a scry or anything. I think it was.
That was Paris Mulligan. Paris Mulligan was just 7/6/5/4/3. And then I believe it was Vancouver was the mull +1 scry, and that one, in my opinion, was the best.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you got an old card too.
What, Fairy Conclave or is it Saga?
That card was legal around this time. I don't have it in my deck, but the Blossom.
River O Tears. That's a nice one. That's terrifying.
That card's messed up. How many terrors you got in your hand?
At least one. I'll give you that much for free.
Alright, so how much mana do I have? I can play this, which would be 2, 3...
Activate Metalworker. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mana.
No, I only have 2 artifacts. So I have 9, right? 2, 4, 5, 9 mana. Okay, let's start. 1, 2... You do have enough to Spell Stutter me, so... It's kind of awkward because I have to rebuild both of them. So that I have a follow-up play.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to lead with... If I lead with Masticore, you just fire off the Spell Stutter. Then I can Processor.
I think you should lead with Processor, because if I don't counter it, then you can just activate it instead of casting Masticore.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because if you counter the Processor, then I resolve Masticore. Yeah, I see what you're saying. This does make sense. It's not as good as the Masticore, obviously, but...
Yeah, I think I'll just let that one get bricked off by the Bitter Blossom for a while.
Definitely not paying 10 this time, I'll tell you that much. I learned my lesson last time.
I wonder if we're going to overcompensate, and I'll pay like 2 life. Make a 2/2.
I think 5 is a good amount.
Bitter Blossom. 5 was the most common back then, because not a lot of people played Pain Lands, and so you just needed like something that was a multiple of 20.
Right. You want to take the Masticore? Or are you going to target your Terror? Okay, I gotcha.
See ya.
Get that Terror out of here. The best it's going to get. Take 4.
Let me smash. Alright, you're Gui.
Phyrexian Processor is not that good against Bitter Blossom, let me tell you that much. Like, I don't even know if I want to make a token.
It was like way crazier back in the day.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm just not even going to make a token here. It's just not that good.
We'll call that a dub, chat, because if he's playing Processor, paying 5 life, and then not activating it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I was supposed to just jam the Masticore last turn and let it get countered. Because now I put myself in a spot where I can't possibly win.
Well, I think Faeries did a great job of making it so that no matter what your decision was, it didn't matter.
Right, yeah. Bailey, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that, buddy. Downside to making a token is that I lose my Skerry. Once this thing has no counters on it, I lose it. Is that lethal?
Pretty close to it. I didn't really count.
At 1.
I just know that you can't kill everything. Cause
yeah, good enough.
The limitations of the artifacts back in the day. Like there's something to be said when you play a Tinker deck in an era appropriate or whatever, right? Because your biggest thing is like Phyrexian Colossus, Whereas nowadays, if you did it, it would be like a guy who can one-shot attack you, or card that makes you sack 3 creatures and then reanimates a creature every turn.
Yeah. It would just
Imagine
have way too
Portal
much text on it.
Phyrexia. Yeah, imagine Portal Phyrexia back then.
I know.
Unstoppable.
Or if we could tinker for Blightsteel Colossus or something.
Yeah.
Even like Mindslaver. Okay, I'm gonna keep this.
Dang. I was hoping you'd mulligan one time ever.
I mulled the 5 game too. What are you talking about?
Oh, really? Maybe that's why it was so easy. My bad. My hand is bad, but it doesn't have any terrors in it.
Yeah, just imagine if you mulligan and you have a terror in your hand. Well, I guess you can just put it back, but... The clique.
Alright, suspend the visions. In a few turns, something might happen, but I'll probably be dead by then. Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Really, uh-oh.
Dang. Alright.
I got a hand, alright. I'll tell you that much. I definitely got a hand. Alright, 1, 2...
with Metalworker has to just be an incredible feeling, right?
Here's 3. Here's the key.
Jeez Louise.
Here's some more mana. 8 mana. Let's lead... I guess you can't rune snag either of these, so it doesn't really matter. What I could do... I could actually go for... No, you know, that's just worse. I'm just going to play Processor. I could have gone for something else here, but... I will pay 5 life. Alright, your turn. Was that a good turn 3?
No play for me. Your go.
Not bad. I do have to discard.
I think I can win this game, chat. What do you think? What do you think my odds of winning are?
We'll discard Stroke of Genius.
Pretty close to 0.
Let's go to combat.
Do you feel powerful? Does playing with Tinker make you feel something? Like,
a little bit, yeah.
I haven't done anything like that in a long time.
It feels really good. You should try it.
When does sideboarding start? After this game, we're doing a best of 7 set, and this is game 3 pre-sideboard.
Just gonna pass.
Gonna pass.
Chilling on my Masticore.
Processor.
Bing chilling over here. Leak. Alright, you get a click. Get that terror out of here.
Not quite.
Okay. It's kind of like a terror at this point. Alright, I will take 3, I think. Do I have enough mana to Processor and Masticore? So 1, untap. No, that's fine. I'll just take 3. Alright, so let's go untap Monolith. Make a homie. So you can go, like, what? Bounce the Masticore draw? I don't even know.
Doesn't even seem that good.
No, because I just recast it.
I can't do it right now anyway. My River Tier set for black, so I gotta let you go to.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which is like even worse.
Yeah, I see.
Alright, so I got this cryptic command. If I target Masticore to bounce draw, you can replay it easily and still kill Vendilion Click because you can go Metalworker for mana.
Yeah, if you bounce the Masticore, then I just get more mana off the Metalworker.
What if I go tap your creatures, bounce minion? I could go bounce minion, draw. Probably best. Just wait, I guess.
I think I'm just gonna go right to combat. See what you want to do.
I don't know, man. Metalworker just really pushed. I have Rune Snag. It just got pushed so hard, man.
Yeah, Metalworker is Metalworker's a hell of a card. I'll tell you that much.
All right, let's tap draw. That's the mode that leaves me alive longest.
Yeah, then I don't get mana off the Metalworker. I guess I'll respond. Reveal
Metalworker
this.
Mana, activate a key on tap Monolith or something.
No, I'm just gonna kill the click.
Oh, sure.
And then tap resolves, and then I can go post combat. Untap Monolith. Play Tangle Wire. There we go.
Alright, so with this on the stack, I'm gonna go bounce the Processor, because I'm just gonna get all my lands tapped anyway. Draw some CADs.
Some CADs. Resolving Ancestral's not bad, but we'll see.
God. This was honestly like the worst thing in the world back in the day when you'd resolve Ancestral and just like miss a land drop.
Oh no.
have to like discard 2. It's huge. Feels bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, I put the fading on the stack the right way. Let's tap. I'll discard this last Tinker. We'll tap 1, 2, 3, and then if I draw a land, I can go Key, untap Monolith. Yeah. Not quite. So I guess we'll just slam for 4. Go untap Metalworker. That only makes 2 mana. That's fine.
Oh, I messed up.
Oh, you meant to do something in response.
Yeah. Still alive though, so maybe it's not so bad. I'm just gonna quit. All right.
All right.
So currently
2-1.
down 2-1. Let me put the record on there for folks at home.
Do you want to just change the sideboard in the deck editor so then we don't even have to like concede game 1 and stuff? Because we're playing all post board from here anyways.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay,
Makes sense.
So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap my Terra for.
All right, so chat, apologies for I'm just like kind of focusing on the games here, but yeah, for those of you just tuning in, we are playing Multiverse of Magic. This is episode 3. Tandy and myself are playing decks from standards past and potentially present. As of right now, we're playing Mono Blue Tinker era 2000 standard versus Faeries from 2007, I believe. So we're up 2-1 against Faeries, and we are moving to the post board games. And what I am going to do, I don't really have a ton here. I could bring in Annul for Bitter Blossom, but I don't think I really want to do that. I think I might want these Miscalcs and potentially fighting over his like more expensive cards like Mistbind and Cryptic Command. Although that being said, I don't really have a ton that I want to cut. I think the Sanctuary is bad because he has Cryptic Command to bounce this, so I don't think I'm ever locking him out with that. I think I'm not a huge fan of Stroke of Genius. I could probably cut down to 2 of those. I could even just cut all these entirely, to be completely honest with you. I'm just never really resolving this card against him because he has so many counter spells. Yeah, I might want the Helix too, because just drawing this is pretty good. I could also shave a Processor because I'm bringing in another good, a good Tinker target and just do something like this maybe. Well, I didn't play the 8/8, but this... I think it's good to have this. It's really hard for him to block it because he has to block with 3 creatures, and Bitter Blossom is not good at chump blocking this because he needs to provide 3 blockers for it. So I think I'm going to keep in the Colossus and just do something like this. And we'll see how this goes. Maybe I want like less Miscalcs and bring in back like a Stroke or potentially the 4th Processor, but I'm going to try this and see how this goes.
Post sideboard set of 4. Currently he's up 2-1. It's 1-2. I have that backwards.
You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
All right. What kind of sideboard did you do? Did you bring in some miscalculations and such?
Yeah, I brought in the Miscalcs and the extra Helix.
Nice.
I basically swapped the 4th Processor for the 2nd Helix because, like, I don't know. I think most of the time I'd rather just naturally draw Helix if I can resolve it, and Processor is kind of awkward against like both Bitter Blossom and Cryptic. So
I'm gonna aggressively mulligan.
Okay, can work with this. Looks like somebody's mulling a Thoughtseize over there, huh?
I was mulligan to anything. My first hand was actually not horrible, but it was like Island, Ancestral, and like a bunch of 3-drops and a Bitter Blossom. It just did not look like it was going to get the job done.
I see.
5's not terrible though. It's got lands and spells. Can't ask for too much more.
Can I have this one?
Nah, because it makes the rest of them bad. So.
Yeah.
Saprazzan Skerry, man. That card is pretty terrifying.
It's no Ancient Tomb, but it does the job.
Ancient Tomb-esque.
Beatdowns, baby.
Yeah. Can't bluff. You're gonna have to cast your thing, right?
I think I am supposed to just jam here. 5. I don't know if that's good.
It's always weird to me that when you undo, sometimes it can take a land out of the graveyard.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Let's go for it. I don't know if this is right, but we jam.
Do the thing.
We jam.
Do the thing. All right.
The question is, what do I get?
You gonna go get Phyrexian Colossus?
I mean, all of it's bad against Cryptic. That's why I kind of didn't want to go for this, but I'm just gonna get Masticore and YOLO. Don't bounce me, bro.
All right, chat. I'm gonna do maybe the most aggressive thing you've ever seen one do, and that's main phase this here bounce draw because of the card Miscalculation.
No, you were supposed to let me untap.
The
Shit.
greed, the greed, the greed. I mean, that's still probably a good one to have. Like, once you just hit 4 mana again, you're gonna easily be able to cast it, you know? God damn, Tangle Wire is getting my ass.
Yeah, but I played a little aggressive. I could have. There was a different line I could have taken, but let's go here. Tangle Wire is a hell of a card. And it's kind of time walking both of us, to be fair.
Yeah, but who do you think that favors?
I mean, the person with Ancestral suspended, most likely.
I guess so, actually. You're probably right. Maybe you shouldn't have cast it. Maybe you should have cast nothing.
I know.
Got buried instead.
Okay, that's fine. No. Alright. Now I get to resolve something. Question is, what do I resolve? So we can go tap those two. Funny draw step. Very, very hilarious funny draw step.
Tapped Saprazzan Skerry.
No. Worse than that. It's funnier than that. Draw no cards.
I'm assuming that my Ancestral Vision is going to draw 3 Thoughtseizes.
This is tough. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking that. Typhon. It's just like so bad if you draw. Alright, I'm gonna cast this card. I don't know what I'm getting, but I'm gonna cast it.
I got no cards in hand.
I kind of want to get this Colossus. I don't think it's correct, but I kind of want to get the Colossus.
Would I have to block it with 3 creatures or something?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get the Colossus. I mean, if you just bounce it, I'm never ever casting it.
I have no cards in hand.
You're drawing 3.
I'm drawing 4, actually.
Actually.
What a horrible set of cards I drew, though.
Oh, come on. Complains as he draws peels Ancestral. Just peels 3 out the top.
I mean, I think I'm gonna lose to this stupid guy.
No shot. You can just, well, I guess you can't block it forever, but you can run me out of cards if you find more Thoughtseizes. Oh no. Okay.
The goal, I did not take the other Masticore because the second Masticore is often bad.
Discard, yeah.
I'm
just
like
discarding
all in
it.
on Masticore, yeah.
There's no point in keeping it. Alright, I'm going to shoot this and slam for 4.
Ow.
Bang. Boop, boop.
I wish I could draw a Mistbind Click over.
This is game 4. I'm up 2-1 Bolt. Mistbind Click, what's that card do?
I don't know. I haven't drawn it yet.
Alright, animate that. Ooh. Getting frisky over there.
Well, you're gonna chew up something, so I might as well just like get in for a little bit, right? Because if you just kill all my fairy blockers, I'm just gonna die to my own Bitter Blossom.
Yeah, so I think I have to kill a Conclave and then I can kill both tokens and set up kind of that play pattern or whatever. Question is, do I play this land in case? No, I think I'd rather discard the Masticore. I could get to 6 mana theoretically, but I think by the time I get to 6, I'll have no cards in hand, and then I'll have to lose the Masticore. You gotta kill me in 2 turns there, buddy. Actually, you only got 1 more combat step, right? Yeah, you have this and 1 more. Go to 10.
Well, I can always champion one of my Bitter Blossoms if I draw.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Kind of the hope here.
So I guess I force you to chump block with the Mutavault, because I'm not doing anything else with my mana anyways. I guess, no, this is fine in the Scion, because if you cast Scion, well, okay, if I ping this token, you Scion a response. Yeah, I think I'm not supposed to ping this token, because you have to kill me next turn regardless. And pinging is just so bad into Scion. Just gonna hold my lands.
Alright, we're going to 2. Bitter Blossom gonna chew me up. Draw one of our Mistbind Clicks, please.
We're peeling 4 cards. Alright, did we get there? Are we misbinding? Oh, I guess playing a land that turn would have allowed me to... Yeah, would have allowed me to ping on 6. Ping 3 times. My go.
Yep.
Okay, end of turn. Because I got nothing else to do by mana. Let's ping that, homie.
Down.
Alright, untap. Discard. Okay, now what? So... You're gonna go... I'm gonna attack... You're gonna block, misbind one of the Bitter Blossoms, then you have... I think I just leave the other ping up. Although, maybe I'm supposed to ping the token. Ping token, what if you Scion? So ping token, you play Scion. Then I ping the Scion, but that line is really bad in the double Scion. I mean, I'm just gonna let you block, I think.
All right, I block.
Masticore cannot go upstairs.
Block's good.
Block happens. Yeah. Well, I mean, see, if they printed Masticore these days, it would definitely be able to go upstairs. But cards were not quite that good back in the day.
They honestly do keep making Masticores, right? But they're just like not very good. I don't know. Razormane Masticore was pretty good.
What was that one from Scars? Molten Tail or something? Yeah, that card was sweet.
Scars. That was Razor. Oh no, let's see.
It was Molten Tail.
Razormane was from original Mirrodin block, and then Molten Tail was from Scars.
Yeah. Yeah, Razormane was OG Mirrodin block.
Alright, let's go to 1.
Okay, going to 1. I like it. Response ping you.
Running me with a good time.
Peek. Click, click, boom. We're gonna get DMC'd for that.
I hope not.
No, it's a joke.
You win. I die.
You didn't find another answer? Alright.
Nope. A lot of cards deep, couldn't find it. No worries, no worries. Alright,
Masticore is busto.
Yeah, it is. Alright, 3-1, Doom's favor. We still got 3 post-sideboard games left.
Yep.
Maybe I will be able to get one. So far, this seems like a complete slaughter, though. Masticore is just nightmarish, and all the fast mana is just really strong.
Masticore is a hell of a drug. Nacho Girl, thank you very much for the 7 months. I appreciate that.
I don't think you'll be able to beat me.
I'm on the draw. I mean, I gotta keep this.
I'm sorry. I didn't. You don't know I have Thoughtseize. Sorry.
Until you cast it. My hand's pretty good against Thoughtseize. Well, actually, it's not really if you take the Monolith. Depends on what your hand is.
All bad for me.
I wish my hand was good.
I think you're gonna be able to slow me down pretty well with Miscalc. The turn 2 Monolith Metalworker is gross, but it makes me want to take Metalworker.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Masticore, Monolith Metalworker is not that scary. Let's take Masticore.
Yeah, you could also just take the payoff. I guess I have Tinker, but...
Yeah, but that one's like a bit more dangerous to cast.
Right. Harder to resolve. That is an interesting draw. Okay, that kind of makes me want to just play Monolith. Let it resolve. That is really bad into that card. No, Spell Stutter. I drew a Voltaic Key, but if I play it and you Spell Stutter me, it's like, where do I go from there? I just ran out the Metalworker. Rune Snag the Metalworker, and then I can do this next turn. Yeah, honestly, that's not too bad. I think that's better.
Alright, it all resolves.
Oh,
spoilers.
Okay. Alright. Didn't think we'd get this far.
People have this, like, fear of fairies that is just, like, completely unfounded. It was just always bad.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the Grim Monolith actually makes more mana than the Metalworker here, because I only have 1 artifact left.
Nice.
Let's play some more keys. Let's go... I think I want to keep the Monolith around.
Yeah, I think next week I'll play the fun deck, yeah.
I go Tinker, 1 floating, you snag, I can pay with Port, and then have the Monolith untapped. I think that's better. Yeah, let's do it that way. I forgot what sideboard counter spells
I might have just sacked Metalworker, personally.
Sure oh, yeah, I have no artifacts left. I should have done that. Yeah, no, that was way better. Because I have no artifacts left. I don't know what I'm thinking. Because I wanted to hold this. Well, no, because I want to use the Port. Yeah, I screwed this up.
One of these days.
I messed this up, but... I should have, well, I guess either way, if I want to hold that Port, I have to do that. Yeah, that's fine. Now I can just go ping, and then upkeep Port with the island. Oh, but now if you draw Thoughtseize, this is bad. Yeah, okay, I screwed this up.
Oh, I don't have another black mana. That sucks.
I needed to keep a land at hand so you couldn't Thoughtseize me off the Masticore.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
As long as I have a land, you can't ever Thoughtseize that. Alright, we're going to the Port.
I play Rishadan Port too, man. This is so gross.
I told you this deck was broken.
So gross.
Like, you came into
I
chat last
believed you.
night. You came into chat
believed
last
you,
night.
right? I know all about Tinker. I know how messed up Tinker is. I thought that the artifacts would just not be that scary.
Gotcha.
And Masticore is just so insane against my deck.
Yeah, and this is like very similar to what Masticore did back in the day, because there was like a lot of Sly and a lot of Mono Green, and Masticore just like beat the ever living crap out of everybody. Like, it was just the best thing to tinker for. You know, everybody thought it was Processor, but at the end of the day, it's actually just Masticore. All right, was it 4-1 now?
Yeah, it is. All right,
All right,
we got
let's
two
do it.
more.
Two
More.
more.
All right. If you 5-1 me, I might just tap the mat. But
All right,
I kind of want to try to win one more.
All right, fine. I'll pick a worse deck for next week, I promise.
Look, it's all about finding the most messed up, fun scenarios.
Yeah.
And right now, what I'm seeing is everyone's most feared standard deck of all time in Faeries getting put out the pasture like Old Yeller, dude.
It's not even close. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep a sus one. I'll spot you one. No, this hand's actually not that bad.
I mean, I'm gonna clown you on this one actually.
Post board, I just like keeping. You know, I don't like one against Thoughtseize, but that's an interesting one. Doesn't really help me with my hand, but I guess I'll play it. Somebody in chat was saying pick the emergency ban jar deck. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
I mean, I think I'd rather play against emergency ban jar than
Masticore.
Huh? Rishadan Port, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell of a card. Absolutely hell of a card.
Now the Krichkin, the Tinker deck is from like 98 or 99, I want to say, and then the Faeries deck is from like
2007, right?
Yeah, 2007,
yeah,
2008 era.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure this was 2000. The deck that I'm playing was 2000 Worlds, or maybe it was 99 Worlds, but something like that, around that time frame. Clicking.
All right, I'm gonna do the old V click you just to see if there's. I mean, you have 6 cards in hand, so this is maybe the worst V click of all time.
I think if I want to counter this, I'm gonna let it resolve. You're gonna laugh at my hand if you.
All right, bunch of tinkers. So you can go 2, 3 tinker. So I just leave you with. I
don't even know if you take anything, right? Depends on your hand, I guess. But you know, I'm casting Tinker regardless. I'm not holding a Miscalc.
Sounds good to me.
Although, what if I sack Crystal Vein and then sack Key? Oh no, because I have to sack the Key, which means I won't have the Key up. Yeah, so there's no point in sacking Crystal Vein here. Yeah, I could have just cast Dynamo, but I don't know. I feel like resolving Tinker there is pretty good. This is really bad into land Cryptic, though. So maybe this line's too aggressive. Although, if you land Cryptic me, then I could just sack the Vein and recast Masticore. So it's not even that bad. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. Yeah, now if I draw a land, I can go sack Vein, play Dynamo, and Masticore. Although, now that I've drawn that, I think I'm just going to go Dynamo into that. That's actually a really good draw. Chance saying couldn't have gone Dynamo into Masticore. No, because if I spend 4 mana, I don't have blue to cast Tinker, and this only makes 3, so this doesn't cast Masticore.
I think on the Tinker turn, you had Dynamo, right? So you could Crystal Vein into Dynamo, into Key untap, into Masticore. I think that's probably what they're saying.
Oh, because I had the Key, right. I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, use Crystal Vein Island, that Key untap, and that makes... Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. I gotcha. No, you're right.
Okay, this sucks.
Well, you could take a Masticore to make my Metalworker worse, I guess.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think no matter what I do, I'm just getting punked. So I'm going to go for a Misbind. It's going to get Miscalc, and then you can still play Masticore. So I was thinking about taking the Miscalc so that I could resolve the Misbind, but then...
But then I have Metalworker Masticore, right?
Yeah. It's still just all bad.
So it's bad either way. I mean, good news for you. I didn't find an untapped land.
Oh, yeah. Love to see it. Okay. What now? I guess this is an okay start. I can maybe run you out of stuff.
Oh, I could have maybe helped the Skerry there in case you had double Thoughtseize. That might have been a punt. Because if you double Thoughtseize me, then you can cut me off the Masticore activation. I think I'm just going to start by firing here and see if you have Scion. Well, I guess you can't really play Scion into this, but... Combat. Bang. I actually think
Alright,
there's
well,
really no reason to port here. You have so much mana. Rather just have an extra Masticore activation. What you got?
alright, let's go click myself.
Leak.
Try to find a Thoughtseize and hope you have a little spell.
End step. We will shoot this homie. Is it worth using Skerry? I don't think so.
Man, my man got all the moves.
Thing that. Scion resolves. Still on the stack. And let's slay him.
Alright. Out. I'm at 4. Need Thoughtseize. Not great, but... Or not Thoughtseize, but keeps me alive, maybe.
Cryptique. Cryptique. Let's start here. Guess I could have went to combat first, maybe, but... Now let's go to combat. Yeah, just attack with the Masticore. Yeah, because if you Cryptic bounce the Masticore, then I want the Metalworker to be able to recast it. Yeah. So
Alright, let's see if we can find something.
Post-combat, reveal those two, play Masticore.
What is it? Tangle Wire?
Tangle Wire.
What do I
I'm not
need
gonna
to
cast
draw?
it.
I don't think I can find anything.
Like, you have to draw Thoughtseize to keep me off Masticore, but then you just lose to the Bitter Blossom.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna call it quits. That's enough for me.
Alright. Fine.
Well, I guess we're here. Might as well play the last one.
You want to do one more?
Oh, just play the last one.
Alright. Play out the last one.
Maybe you'll never draw Masticore.
Yeah, maybe I'll never draw one of my 8 Masticores.
Look, I didn't say it was a good chance of winning. I just said there's a chance.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Alright, we'll keep this one.
Dude, Masticore is...
Masticore that's a card. That is one of the cards of all time. Let me tell you that much.
Alright, I have a really good opener here, though.
Okay. Ancestral's not bad.
Special into Bitter Blossom. It's like the
Ooh.
dream scenario.
The good old days.
Honestly, the feel, like the flow of going like River of Tears, tap it for black feels so good.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Sheesh. R2 Metalworker. It's also really unfortunate that your only removal spell is Terror. So it's like you can't do anything, you know. It's like if you just had Disfigure in your deck or some way to, you know what I mean, just anything.
Yeah, there were times where I was playing Nameless Inversion. There were times where I was playing Smother. We just, you know, I should have some more targets. You know.
Guess we'll just Dynamo first.
Yeah. Great.
Actually, I should Masticore before playing Tinker, because if you spell stutter, then I can just kill the token.
Unfortunately, I didn't draw Mutavault, so I couldn't spell stutter the Masticore.
Yeah.
Just dead. Oh, I messed up. Pretend I have a Pendlehaven active.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you could cut me off that. Okay, gotcha. So I just won't activate it.
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I just won't
appreciate
activate
it.
I will not activate Masticore. I actually forgot about the Pendlehaven.
I was just expecting to get slaughtered by... I guess you can't even really play the second Masticore.
Yeah, if I play the second Masticore, then it just dies, right?
Yeah.
No, I totally forgot about the Pendlehaven.
Alright, we're gonna pop in there.
18. Alright, definitely discard this other Masticore. Don't think I'm casting it anytime soon. So the Pendlehaven does make things a little awkward, but... if I shoot, you Pendlehaven, I shoot again. I could just, like, go to combat and then shoot end step and make you use the Pendlehaven on your turn, I think. I guess I have the Metalworker to have 1,000 activations, but...
1,000 is strong. I was thinking more like 4 or 5, but that's still enough to just, like, kill all my creatures.
Right, yeah, that's true. That's true. Masticore plus fast mana.
Always ruining me, huh?
Yeah.
Almighty.
They don't make cards like they used to, Todd.
Yeah, it's because they had to ban them all, so they're like, oh yeah, these are probably too good.
Okay, so... How many activations do I have? 2, 4... I theoretically have 4 activations. I could just kill the Mistbind. Or I could force you to champion the Bitter Blossom. Now let's just kill these.
Joke's on you. I was already gonna champion the Bitter Blossom.
Oh, I messed that up. I should have. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I should have not used my. Or I should have used the Metalworker, because then I would have had one extra activation up. But it's fine. Not a huge deal. Oh, I guess you tap my lands anyways.
Cards. Drawing 3. Oh, that felt good. Draw 3. Ooh.
Draw 3. But what if you draw 3 and none of your cards are good?
Who says my cards aren't good? I think my cards are great.
Okay, so I can upkeep, make 4 mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 if I sack the Vein. I'm just worried about you having a Scion. Plus you have the Pendelhaven too. Alright, I'm gonna let this go, I think. It's a little awkward.
Big Dog says this matchup seems slightly unfavored. Well, that's what we're here to learn. It's like, what would happen if Superman fought Batman and he didn't have any kryptonite? Probably just squish that little guy, right?
Is Masticore like kryptonite, basically?
Oh, you're the Superman deck.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm Batman, no kryptonite.
I see.
Squamped. Okay, return target permanent owner's hand, draw a card. I must bounce my land.
Don't do that.
They used to template it on a little differently on Magic Online, so
okay. So
I haven't
3.
played too many cryptic commands lately.
I do have 8 mana. I actually think I have to sack the Crystal Vein and just kill your thing right now. Yeah.
Your crystal vein, I bet you think the song is about you.
And in theory, if you bounce my... Well, no, if you bounce the Dynamo, you still can't keep me off of recasting Masticore, because then I just have the Metalworkers, so... Upkeep. Alright, let's reveal.
How much is this?
6.
6. Alright, what we got?
2 Masticores and a worker.
2 Masticores. Alright.
I'll start with the Masticore. We'll go from there. This resolves, I probably just kind of chill. Maybe I'll use my floating mana and then just chill.
Figured it out, chat.
Fleek. Oh, you have Spell Stutter? Yeah. I see. Ah, and then you Spell Stutter this. Yeah, okay. Alright, touche.
Alright. Etouffee, I gotcha.
Play this homie, I guess. Keep the Metalworker in hand, I think. It's probably better in my hand to reveal to the other one. I'm probably going to die this game. 3, 4, 5.
I think you are going to die this game. I think I have successfully dismantled you via little pesky critters. Just little guys.
You answered a lot. You answered a lot of Masticores this game.
When I saw 3 in your opener or whatever, I was just like, okay, alrighty. But life finds a way.
Yeah, that's true. I'll draw a Tinker. It's fine. I'm not even sure that I want to draw a Tinker.
Let's see. I wonder if I even need to misbind click you. Last card is Island. I guess.
Like, what's worst case scenario? I guess I draw exactly the 4th Masticore.
Well, look, my other card's Cryptic Command. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the ways I actually can.
Yeah, I got you. I don't think there is a way.
Let's hope not.
I don't think so. How'd your land? All right, GG's.
Yeah.
5-2.
A respectable 2-5.
Respectable 5-2.
Respectable 2-5. Okay, so
let's close it out.
Let's talk about a little bit about the decks and stuff before we leave. So first and foremost, I want to ask you a couple questions. Have you ever cast Tinker before outside of like Vintage Cube or whatever?
I mean, I play a little bit of actual Vintage, so I've cast it on occasion there, but I'll let you in a little hint. It's only restricted in Vintage. They don't let you play 4 of that card, so this is the first time I've ever gotten to play a deck with multiple Tinkers, and that card is not okay.
I don't think I've ever had 4 Tinkers in my own deck before. Like I've seen like the gold bordered decks, and maybe one of those was 4 Tinkers at some point or something, but like 4 is a wild number for a card that is only a little bit older than when I started playing Magic. and it's essentially just evaporated from the entire Magic ecosystem, except as the Singleton and Vintage, except as the one of in Cube decks, and it just feels very strange considering how iconic that card was for a long time. Even there was an extended PTQ format that was rampant. With Tinker for a while, where they would go get Gilded Lotus all the way up
Mm,
to Mirrodin,
yep.
and they would tinker for Gilded Lotus and then twiddle it a bunch, right? The same way people are like starting to try to do with Lotus Field in Modern and how they already do with it in Pioneer,
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, Tinker's messed up. Fairies still pretty good. I mean, I felt like I was close, right? If give me a removal spell that can kill a Masticore.
Yeah, like a Grasp of
Give,
Darkness or something. Or if you
yeah,
just
like
if you run it back and you swap Masticore for literally any other artifact, then I mean that was easily the card that my best card for sure. And like you said, you had a bunch of terrors, all your removal couldn't kill it. You had like Cryptic to try to keep me off of it, but those are a little bit slow, and I have so much fast mana too.
yeah. Even there. So my build from States had Remove Soul, and it had Agony Warp. And Agony
Okay.
Warp at least could kill the Metalworkers, and the Remove Souls might have been better than Rune Snag, right? Just because I can hard counter the big artifact creature, and it felt like Masticore was the thing that killed me every time. But maybe that build would have been slightly better for this match. I just really like Ancestral Visions.
It's a messed up
So
card. I was actually a little bit surprised. From my recollection, it's been a long time since since I played during the Faeries format, but I could have sworn a lot of them had main deck Thoughtseize, and I was kind of a little surprised to see you at sideboard Thoughtseize.
So this is based on Paul Vitor's build. He had two Pendlehavens. I cut one for an island, and he had three Thoughtseize in the board, and I think he had a third Bottle Gnomes. And I just put the four Thoughtseize in the board because I knew it'd be a clean swap for the Terrors. Um, but there was like three different Fairies eras where they had rotations in and out, and they had like Cold Snap was in there for a little while. That's why you have Rune Snag. Time Spiral was legal with it for a little while. That's why you have River of Tears and Ancestral Visions. But there was a big rotation where all of Time Spiral block left and introduced the block that was after Lorwyn block, which I believe was Alara block.
Yep.
And so like a lot of the interaction changed and a lot of the mana base changed, but the core of the deck stayed mostly the same. And I think that maybe during the Alara, since we lost Ancestral Visions, Thoughtseize just moved to main deck instead of just because we didn't have Ancestral Vision.
Right,
In
you
this
didn't have as
build,
many good
like
turn one plays.
right, in this build that I'm looking at right now, like I don't know what I would cut to just put four Thoughtseize into the main deck because Spell Search, right, Vendilion Click, Sign of Una, Mistbind Click all feel relatively necessary for the functionality of the spirits or the fairies archetype, whereas like I'm only playing four Cryptic, four Rune Snag, four Terror, and then Ancestral Vision, so it's literally just Ancestral Vision or Thoughtseize, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
As far as my deck is concerned, I wasn't playing during this time, so it's hard for me to speak on exactly the deck building philosophy. But this was Bob Maher's list from I believe it was Worlds 2000, and if memory serves, I think there was a mirror in the finals of that Worlds. Not surprising. That was I think the Bob versus John Worlds finals, and not surprised to
Oh.
see a mirror match in the finals because this deck is busted.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to love, obviously, about fast mana. I mean, I think most people probably haven't gotten to experience Grim Monolith Voltaic Key starts before with Tangle Wire and such. They just allow you to have complete control at most stages of the game. Tinker lets you go ballistic so quickly. It's a shame that this was like an era slightly before Tinker got super juiced. Mirrodin actually provided Mindslaver and Bosch Iron Golem as like two de facto um, like big artifact targets for Tinker that essentially stayed in the deck throughout its entire time while it was in extended. And the big swing of Tinker into Mindslaver when you just have like Key Monolith going was just so crazy in that extended format. And what you're doing is a standard deck. You build a standard version of that that got banned out the wazoo. So
Can't really be surprised at why this deck got banned. So it was a lot of fun.
all right, well. Appreciate you being on Multiverse of Magic episode number 3, Mr. Doomwake, and see you next week for. Actually, wait, when am I coming back? I'm going on a trip in a few days to go see some family. I'm
Okay,
not sure exactly when I'm going to come back, but I'll keep you posted, and we'll try to do Multiverse of Magic next week and figure it out on Discord. Yeah.
you got it. Thanks again for having me, and I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.
Yeah. See you later, Doom. Take it easy, buddy.
Peace. Your chat, was that fun? I had a good time. I mean, yeah, I had a good time beating his ass, but... All right, let's turn alerts back.